Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today is Top 5 Wednesday, so you guys know what that means by now. I should mention that if you would like to join Top 5 Wednesday, I do have information about it in all my Top 5 Wednesday videos, down past all of the Wednesdayers, but I'll reiterate it again. If you would like to join Top 5 Wednesday, there's only two criteria, and that is one, that you have at least 100 subscribers and at least 10 videos uploaded, so we know you update and post regularly. If you are interested in joining Top 5 Wednesday, friend me and message me on Goodreads. My information for my Goodreads is down below as well. Today for Top 5 Wednesday, we're doing Top 5 Classics. So this was a lot of fun since I don't read as many classics as I think I should, but the ones I do read, there's a few that I've really enjoyed. So without further ado, let's get started on Top 5 Classics. Coming in at number 5 is Lita by Vladimir Nabokov. I read this book and we watched the movie for it, the first movie, the original, for one of my classes that I took last 2 semesters ago. It's one of those books that you need to read. I'm glad I read it. If this book makes you uncomfortable as you read it, then it is doing its job. It is, if you don't know what it's about this middle-aged man who falls in love with a 12-year-old. So there's a lot of that going on. So Lolita comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is a book I just read at the end of last year, and that is Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. I completely loved this book, and I feel like it is a classic. Maybe more so modern classic, so I'm still counting it because everybody knows what Fight Club is. As you can see, there are a lot of marks in this book that I really enjoy. There's some great quotes, great one-liners, great passages, and the story itself is incredibly told in a fragmented, beautiful way. And coming in at number 3 is Dracula by Bram Stoker. I read this book for the first time in the same class I read Lolita in, so 2 semesters ago. I had never read Dracula before, so this was my first time reading it, and I really liked it. It's one of the first books that I actually wrote notes in and circled and underlined, but I mostly did that because it is kind of dense, so I was mostly highlighting and underlining things so I knew what was going on, like my active reader was telling me what was going on, so then I would have questions when we did class discussions and stuff. But overall, I think everybody should read Dracula. It's like the first vampire novel. Coming in at number 2 is on my Kindle, but I also have a physical copy at home, and that is The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. I've read this book about 4 times maybe. I absolutely adore this. I adore this book so much. Tim O'Brien is a great author. If you don't know what The Things They Carry is about, it's about a group of guys in Vietnam for the Vietnam War, but it doesn't feel like a war story. It's told pretty much in a collection of short stories, but there are interwoven characters into it through different stories, and it's so good. And definitely don't let the war story part of it make you about reading it. Definitely give it a try. It's very gripping and it pulls you in right away, and he writes these characters so great. And coming in at number 1 for my number 1 classic is a book I've mentioned before in my earlier videos, but I have not mentioned it in a while, and that is the Iliad by Homer. I read this book, or this poem I guess, this epic poem 4 times between high school and college, and I have learned new things about it every time I've read it. It is quite a big, thick book, and it can get confusing at times, but it's definitely worth the read, I think. Achilles is my favorite hero, so maybe that's why I really like this story to begin with, but yes, the Iliad is my number 1 classic. So that's it for me for my top 5 classics. What are some of your favorite classics? I'd like to know. I'll see you guys later. Bye!